Remember, remember, it is now November, and with less than 6 weeks left in the semester, it's time to do some serious reflection about your current academic standing. This week's High Card comes direct from the staff of Student Advocacy and Advising in the form of some advice and strategy for reflection on your grades and courses, as well as how you can act now for the future of your academic journey. This episode is Advising and Advocacy Advice for Students, and you're watching Playing the Ace. Nicholas, Joan, what can we share with students that they need to know right now, this point in the semester, maybe less than 6 weeks left of school?
With 6 weeks to go, we have our midterm grades, right? We have a lot that we've already gone through in this semester, but yet there's still plenty of time left to go, right? So if you're a student who would like to see a more positive ending to your semester, then there's definitely a few things that you can still do. One is just prioritizing your assignments, right? And hopefully that sounds simple, but let's unpack that. And so what I mean by that is sometimes you have more than one thing to do in the same day, the same evening, in the same week. And so if you have a quiz that's worth, 10 or 15 points for that class, but you have an exam due in a similar time frame that's worth, 150 points or a third of your class, then you need to prioritize which one of those do you need to spend more time on, right? Because obviously that exam is going to impact your grade more than just that little quiz, right? And so the information on that quiz is still important, but we need to, maybe do some Spark Notes right before that quiz or something just to kind of get some points that you can. But you really need to then spend the majority of your time on that exam, those 150 points, to try and move your grade in the direction that you want.
I totally agree, Nicholas. And to add to that, not only prioritizing your assignments, but at this point in the semester, with just a few weeks left, it's really important to have those kind of honest reflections with yourself about how you're doing in your classes. You want to have those conversations with faculty members to decide, will I be able to be successful in this class, or is it in my best interest to drop the class and press the restart button, perhaps taking that class next fall or during the summer when it's a little bit more manageable. We're having these conversations this week because a reminder that Wednesday, November 4th, is the last day to actually drop a class for the fall 2020 semester. So if in fact you're taking 15 hours and you're feeling as though, 12 of them, meaning 4 out of 5 of my classes, I'm doing very well in, or I feel like I'm getting a C or better, but this one class, while consuming all my time, it's going to be very difficult to turn around. And so if you feel that is the case and you've already spoken with your professor to ensure that there's nothing more you can do on your own behalf, then it's probably a good idea to meet with your academic advisor and initiate that drop process. After Wednesday, you will be issued a grade for that same class. And so we in Advising and all of Student Success would rather you get a W, which is not calculated into your GPA, and then try that class again. But that decision needs to be made by this Wednesday, the 4th of November.
Another great thing while you're reflecting during this time and seeking out help from your professors and from your advisor for this semester and planning your spring courses as well is reflecting on what campus support resources are out there that can assist me too, right? So right now a lot of our conversation has really been focused on academics. So if you are finding yourself struggling in a specific class, our Academic Center for Excellence is a great resource for that. And Sabrina, I don't know if you want to do a little bit more about your area and what ACE can offer students and how to set up an appointment.
We are your academic support area. If you need tutoring in a subject, contact us. We'll put you in touch with the tutor. We'll get some appointments made. Once you're set up on our online scheduler, you can make all those appointments yourself, and they're all online. You can work with them online. If you need help with writing, okay, Writing Center, as we're always talking about it, the Writing Center is available. We're constantly pushing out resources and things like that. Email us so we can get you set up with some tutors and that, okay? The best thing you can ever do for yourself is to ask for help.
Definitely. And so there's other great resources that you can use during this time of reflection as well, which would be, if you find yourself struggling in your classes and maybe it's not the content, you could do it, but maybe it's just not connecting with you, right? Maybe you're like, I'm not sure if this major is for me, or I don't know, I don't see what job I can get or career I can get after I graduate with this. A great place to check out is our Career Center, CCDT. And they have a great career exploration and some great career coaches and advisors who can sit down and walk that through with you. And that could actually answer, that question in multiple ways is as you go through that process, it might just reaffirm that you are in the correct major, right? That this is the major that you really do connect with the most and that you do want to be in. But it also could just open up different pathways to explore and different conversations to be had while you're exploring.
To add to what you said about major change, please know that you're not alone in that. I changed my major 3 times when I was a freshman, and 75% of our freshmen change at least 1 time. So it may be now that you've dabbled in some of the classes for your major that you do, after visiting with Career Services, want to look at some changes there. Please know that's a very simple process, that you can go visit with your advisor and we can fill out a piece of paper and change that major within 24 to 48 hours, typically in most cases. So don't feel like you can't do that. And sometimes what we want to do, we find out by knowing what we don't want to do. And you are gradually checking those things off your list as you go through your degree program.
And then finally, another one that comes to my mind is OLU is actually creating this wellness center. And so we're combining our mental health, our counseling services, our accessibility services, and our health resources all in one suite over in Providence on the 2nd floor. And so it's a stressful time, right? It's a stressful time for our mental health. It's a stressful time for our overall physical health. And so if you need those resources, if you need that support, reflect now, right, before we get to the end of the semester, and see if that's an area that you can use some assistance in to push through and get more successful.
Those are great thoughts, Nicholas, and thank you so much for bringing up our personal counseling center and our wellness center. Know that all of our offices are here for you, and we want you to have a very successful fall 2020 semester.
Now is the time to reflect and really think, okay, where am I at? We have a little under 6 weeks for this semester. Okay, there's nothing wrong with saying, I'm struggling with this course and I need to do something about it. No, that's the best thing to do. Let's reflect. Let's take some action to this so that we can keep you on the right track.
Feel free to reach out to Joan, myself, or Sabrina for any questions that you might have.
So for anyone who is looking for the information, some of the information that Nicholas and Joan both mentioned, we're going to have links to all of our remote access services, a lot of the stuff that came out in our COVID-19 remote access guides. We're going to have all that posted in the description below. We're also going to have that posted on our WordPress blog post for this episode. So if y'all are checking out all of our media, y'all know that I put out a WordPress blog on every episode, and we put additional information. So I'm going to put the link to the blog down in the description. Go check that out. It'll also come out through all the regular social media bits, because that's what we do. So you're going to see it. It's going to be there. We encourage you, please go look at all these resources. Hey everyone, I just wanted to take a moment to say that I know that this week's going to be something stressful and essentially life-changing for all of us. If you're a student, especially our OLU students, but if you're a student anywhere, I want you to remember something. Remember the path that you're on right now. You're working for your education. You're working towards graduating with that degree, the degree that you have worked hard for. And now ideally you're going to use that degree and that knowledge, the skills that you have developed, the character you have developed. Ideally you're going to use that to help people. Remember, you have a voice. And no one can ever silence that voice. For all of our OLU students in our community, we care about you, we believe in you, and we are here for you. If you have something you want to share with us, maybe an idea for a future episode, show us your hand by emailing us at writing@olusa.edu. Also, go check out our Instagram, where I know sometimes we don't always post a lot, but we're working on it. Thank you for watching Playing the Ace. There are only 2 more episodes left of this season, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page and follow our social media. Wear your mask, spread kindness, and share your voice. We'll see you next week, and as always, don't gamble with your academic success.
Playing the Ace is a new web series from ALU's Academic Center for Excellence. Every week, we will be talking about elements and strategies that can help you develop as a learner. Join us and enhance your learning experience.